Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Otsego City Council meeting tonight. Tonight is Monday, January 27th. Audra, can you have the record show that our city attorney, city planner, city engineer are present, along with Councilmember Dunlap, Councilmember Gady is absent, Councilmember Tanner is present, Councilmember Lund is present, along with our city administrator. This time, I'll ask you to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our first item of business this evening is the open forum. This is the portion of the meeting where anyone can come to the podium, state your name and address, and limit comments to 5 minutes or less. Would anyone like to speak at this time? Right. We will move on to item 2, which is to consider our agenda for approval. Does anyone have anything that they would like to add or delete at this time? Adam?
Nothing from me, Mayor.
Okay.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Ryan.
I'd like to move down 3.9 and 3.10 off the consent agenda. I suppose we could make them 4.1, 4.2.
Okay.
And then I will move to approve the agenda as amended. Second.
Okay. We have a motion by Ryan, seconded by Corey. Changes noted, everyone, correct? All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Moving on to our consent agenda.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Ryan.
I move to approve the consent agenda as amended. Second.
Motion by Ryan, seconded by Corey. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 4.1 is previous 3.9. I will turn it over to Ryan with his comments on that.
Yeah, Madam Mayor, I just needed to pull this down so there could be a separate vote on it. I oppose this action because our city is able to receive excellent service from our existing contract providers at a price point that is cost efficient for the taxpayer.
Okay. Is there any more discussion? As a motion would be in order. I will go ahead and make a motion to approve pay application number 1, which was item 3.9, emergency services for facility.
Second.
Motion by Jessica, seconded by Corey. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-1. Item 4.2 is item 3.10. Previously, Ryan.
Same issue. I just wanted to bring it down so it'd be a separate vote. I oppose this action because our city is able to receive excellent service from our existing contract providers at a price point that is cost efficient for the taxpayer.
Okay. Is there any discussion? Otherwise, a motion.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Corey.
I'll make a motion to accept the proposal from Braun Intertech for construction materials and special inspection consulting services for the fire and emergency services facility project in the amount of $125,799.
Okay, is there a second? I second. Okay. Motion by Corey, seconded by Michelle. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-1. All right, we are moving on to our city council reports and updates. Our first item is heritage preservation.
Madam Mayor?
Yeah.
I spoke with Tony over the weekend and just to kind of get a feel of, get caught up to speed on the OHPC. Sounds like we'll be meeting in March.
Okay.
And I think we have some open spots for interviews coming up in February.
Right.
Other than that, that's it.
All right, next is Park and Rec. Michelle.
Yeah, so we didn't have a meeting this month. That was canceled. So the update was, issued via email. So, Carrick's Landing, just to give an update on that, shelter and overlook are complete minus a couple of pieces of railing could be complete at this point in time. The boardwalk is complete, from the parking lot to the trail system. This is the first boardwalk in our park system, which is really cool. The next thing that is something that the Parks and Rec is continuing to deal with is the maintenance for fighting the Emerald Ash Borer. That's continuing to work on that, and then lots of people are using the ice rink, so that's really cool.
Great, thank you. Next is Planning Commission, Ryan.
There was no planning commission meeting. Next meeting is scheduled for a week from today, Monday, February 3rd.
All right, thank you. And next would be Public Safety. Commissioner Gady is absent, so I will take over that. We had our regular meeting. We had the ambulance present. They gave an update. Still, shifts are being covered. They're working on having us at our next, when they come back, the next quarter, they are going to bring, I didn't write it. I wasn't assuming Tina was gone the state thing, but I believe it's the medical director. Is that correct, Ryan? The medical director for Alina plans to come to meet all of us. So
Oh, good.
that was interesting. They're very aware of obviously our concerns with timing. So wanted to just see, I guess, how we ask questions or with the public safety. So and then we had an update from Wright County, which I'm sure they'll give it to you guys. Maybe he left. He was just here.
He just bolted out the door.
Oh, he did. Okay. So just talked about speeding, locking your garage, those kind of situational things. Did I miss anything, Ryan?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
just a question, like, what's the attendance like with that now? Do all the fire stations and all the fire chiefs in Wright County show up to that? Is it?
We have the ambulance services come once a quarter, but not all of them attend. Alina is usually very good about attending. Centricare,
Less so.
less so. That's a good way to put it. And Elk River, it seems like Alina usually answers Elk River's questions. So that's probably the best way to put it.
Mhm.
So. But I'll turn that over to Daryl. He'd probably be able to give you a better name.
If I could add a couple comments.
Yeah.
Brian Nord is the operations manager for Alina. Alina dispatches all three ambulance services. So he generally has all of the response time information and stuff when he comes. The agreement that we have with the fire chiefs is that if we have a specific issue that we need them to attend, that they will come. But they choose not to attend every month because there was a lot of times when they didn't have a lot of input.
Oh, sure. Makes sense. Thanks, Daryl.
All right, we are still under council reports and updates. Does anyone have anything? My reminder will be that well, depending on weather, but as of right now, we are a go for Saturday for the Winter Fest, I believe is the official name. Can anybody verify that with me? Adam, Audra?
This Saturday, correct?
Yeah.
This Saturday, yeah, it's Winter Fest.
Yes.
10 to 2.
I don't have that information.
Okay, well, I think I'm going off memory, 10 to 2. So come on down to Otsego Prairie Park. We've got lots of great activities for kids inside and outside and families and adults. So if you're free on Saturday, come to Otsego Prairie Park. There's my plug for them.
You were correct. 10 to 2.
Okay, perfect. All right, does anyone else have anything? We'll move on to staff reports and updates. Adam.
Mayor, one request this evening. At the last council meeting, you scheduled a work session on February 26th for council orientation and training. Staff would like to request splitting up those topics. And
Okay.
potentially looking at February 24th, which is a normal council meeting evening, for possibly another work session for the city attorney to do the training component of that. So if the council is agreeable, 5:30 start time.
Okay. Is everybody good with that?
Yeah.
So I will make a motion. What are we calling it? Just a workshop?
We'll just call it a special meeting on the February 24th at
Okay.
5:30.
I will make a motion to call for a special meeting on February 24th at 5:30.
Second.
Motion by Jessica, seconded by Corey. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Mayor, I did confirm with Councilmember Gady that she would be in attendance as well.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
no other updates from me, Mayor.
All right, thank you. I'm just finishing adding this into my phone, or I'm not gonna be there. Audra,
Thank you, Mayor. I was just gonna let you know, we currently have 15 candidates that have applied for the advisory commission. And all but one is scheduled, so those will be on February 13th. That's a Thursday, starting at 5:30.
is the one that has not they haven't responded, or that night won't work?
It's one that hasn't filled out the supplemental for the planning commission. So we'll get them scheduled, but we want to verify if they're gonna apply for planning commission still, but filling out that supplemental.
Perfect.
Madam Mayor.
Yes.
Audra, do you know how many open seats there are on OHPC by chance?
There's one opening,
One? Okay.
Yep. and I believe the person that's on there has reapplied too.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Great.
That's all I had.
Thank you. Dave,
Well, Mayor, I'll be giving the council member training and orientation program on the 24th. I appreciate the council scheduling it for that date. And beyond that, I have nothing else.
thank you. Dan,
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
all right. Ron,
No updates, Mayor.
oh. Daryl,
Not a lot to this evening, just a couple things. Just before the last Public Safety Commission meeting, I did have a meeting with Brian Nord from Alina, discussing Alina becoming our medical direction for our EMR service. That seems to be on track. I've met once with their medical director, and he is in agreement as well. We'll finalize that as we work up closer to the dates. And they likely will also provide our EMS training for our staff. So they'll provide both the initial training for those who need it, and then they'll provide the annual refresher trainings that will be required. On other side, we started construction on the trucks. If you saw Adam's update, there was some couple pictures there. So the first two trucks are actually under construction at this time. They'll be delivered probably around May, which works out really well for us. They'll be available for us to use for prevention and community activities this summer.
Great.
You should see fairly regular updates in Adam's weekly update that will have progress on those vehicles. Other than that, if there's any questions about the project, well, I would remind you that we are planning a joint council public safety workshop on March 11th. I think we've talked about that at previous meetings.
Where are the trucks manufactured at?
The two that are being manufactured right now are being done out in Laverne, Minnesota, which is in far southwest Minnesota, out along Interstate 90.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think I've been there once.
Yep.
That's way out there.
The second two will be done over in Appleton, Wisconsin. They'll start construction on those sometime around the first of the year. They'll be starting those.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
okay, well, I don't think we have an update from the Wright County Sheriff, so, or deputy, so we'll get that next time. And one other quick update that I forgot to mention during council updates, Adam and I will be showcasing Otsego tomorrow for the I-94 annual kickoff. They invite all the business partners, and so they invite the mayor and the city administrators to tell all the great things that have happened in Otsego last year and all the things that we look forward to in the coming year. So we have that tomorrow.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I forgot to mention that I took the personality test and got the results back.
Oh,
That
great.
was like awesome. I can't believe how close that, it's like, how did they understand me? Of, that those few questions, but
It's odd how accurate it is.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Thank you.
yep, got my computer too.
That's something that the council will touch on February 26th is so that all of you can see the results of those profiles. So
Great.
Yeah, I did mine as well. Yeah, it was rather scary. In some ways. It was good information, but it's like,
It'll be interesting to see what their color is,
Mhm.
right?
I was kind of sad when I was talking to her. I said, I remember this Richard guy, and
Mhm.
talking to this girl. She's like, "Oh, that's my dad." Okay. I'm glad he's still here.
All right, well, if no one has anything else, then a motion to adjourn would be in order.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Corey, seconded by Michelle. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The meeting is ended. Thank you all for attending this evening.
For you.